to the 34. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening. 2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
The best play callers in any league know how to break their tendencies. They study themselves, they self-scout, and they realize most of the time you don't call a draw play on 1st and 10. So every so often you insert that play just to make the defense think, even if it's not successful.
You ain't doing nothing today. You ain't doing nothing today. Good job right there. Good job right there.
57's the Mike. 57's the Mike. Check pass, check pass.
Now on 2nd and 13. Wilson. Open man is Samuel, complete. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. And he'll give it here to his running back. He fights forward for a couple with a penalty flag down. And the linemen, they're already walking back. So their move is to decline that so they don't get another 2nd down. It'll be 3rd.
So that has to tell us that they're pretty confident in their 3rd down defense, right?
Absolutely.
Whether it's a sub package or nickel package, whatever they want to run out there, they feel like they can defend here on 3rd down.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long?
He's tight right here. He's tight on the right. Tight on the right.
Hey. We got to go double count right here. Double count.
24 is the Mike. Hey, let's get some off.
From the shotgun, Wilson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Quan Alexander. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. Well, certainly not how he wanted to start his night. First throw of the game, an INT.
Yeah, it's not easy, but he's got to try and wipe that one away from the memory banks. And let's face it, it's not often a quarterback and a defensive back have a lot in common. But one thing, because they have these individual-type plays, they've got to have short memories, don't they? DB gets beat, wipe it away, quarterback throws a pick, has to do the same thing.
17 there and a New Orleans 1st down.
1st down, Saints.
Let's go. Henry. Mike by
4. 1st down, Murray. Murray fighting, lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Murray with a 3rd and long. Dixon complete. And he'll only get this to the 17, well shy of what he needed. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December.
Football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a two-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. Also,
nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked.
57's the mic. I got you, Puff.
Tempo.
Mike 57. You're not ready.
Another try after the first down sack. Wilson, he'll air it out deep for Thomas. It's caught inside the 25. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. A big play there for the Panthers. 59 yards. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal.
14.
And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he's going to ball his way in for a Panthers score. It's the fullback. His first touchdown on the year. And the Panthers have taken the lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead them to 3rd down.
A 2-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Now Murray. And he completes it to Westbrook. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. First target, first catch, and a first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And some room to work. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one good for 37 yards. One thing that's great about watching him run, Charles, he doesn't hesitate. He got to the left side of his O-line and just went.
So there's two ways to look at that. One, just absolutely unconcerned, just takes off and goes. But more the latter, I think, which is he has absolute confidence in the guys in front of him, the guys doing the blocking for him. He just takes it and goes with abandon.
And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
Ready. 50 seconds to Mike. Watch the screen.
Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. It's a first down following a gain of 3. Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. Fights loose. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On second down, Dobbins. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
The Saints on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. On third down, here's Kamara. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll run it with Kamara. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And once again, the Saints are back out in front. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is now 10-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Mack Wilson in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Yeah, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Carolina. Brandon Cooks, 84 yards. And the Panthers are once again going to retake the lead. They erased that deficit pretty quickly, did they not? A 2-play drive.
What do we call that? Short-lived?
Very.
Very short-lived. 2 plays later, they're in the end zone and back out in front. We always talk about drives, don't we? Does 2 plays count as a drive?
Not really, but that second play was so good. I don't care what we call it. It was enjoyable to watch. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the #1 thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action, now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. He would have kept it on the ground.
A big-time play there for New Orleans. 45 yards. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Not quite the success they had last play. This one goes for 3 yards.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play as we have reached the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
A gain of 6 there on first.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good-headed scheme going.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
Started to look like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
Here's the Panthers punter now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Under a minute to play here in the half. Time for a late drive.
It makes sense when you think about it. Hey, try and get a field goal, give yourself a lead going into the half. But if you're going to do this, you better have supreme trust in your quarterback. Supreme trust in the guy who's going to handle the football. Because if you turn it over here, not only do you go in down at the half, you've given the momentum squarely to your opponent.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. Murray to throw on 3rd and 1. He'll get this one complete to Davis. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Murray going to lead his guys up 1st and 10, and he's completed all 7 of his passes thus far. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Now the Saints will use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. On 2nd and 7, Murray. He completes it to Hunter. Touchdown, New Orleans. A big play there in the final seconds of the first half as his guys are able to regain the lead. So they're able to capture the lead here just before halftime.
And not only that, they get the ball to start the second half.
That's right.
This is almost like basketball down the stretch, right, where you get the 2-for-1 situation where you try and get 2 shots to your opponent's 1. In this situation, they got the touchdown. They'll get another shot at to start the second half.
Could be a big turnaround. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
Set now to go for the third quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now it's Kamara in the passing game. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. The last catch took him 2 yards in the wrong direction, so now what can they do on 3rd? Murray now to throw. It's caught by Davis. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. He'll get 15 and a Saints first down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. Defensively, celebration time because they finally forced an incompletion. He was perfect throwing the ball to that point.
Yeah, but from his viewpoint, they didn't force the incompletion. He just missed. That's how hot he is right now. That's how he wants to continue to throw the ball.
And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now. They run it again with Kamara. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. That kind of looked like a defense fed up by being gashed in the running game all night.
Yeah, and imagine their coach saying, if you're fed up on that play, where were you the rest of the time? What took you so long? But flip it over to the offensive side. They've been dominating this thing, and to finally have a play go against them, that's not something that's going to make them feel very good this evening.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Zebra. 54.
Play action. It's Wilson. And he's got his man on the out route. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12. So a much rosier picture now after that last play. Here's 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. Now whistles here, and it looks like we've got a Panther that's having some difficulty down there getting up. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on 2nd down. On 2nd down, it's Pollard. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1.
Check 26, check 26, check 52.
Gonna run again here with Pollard. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. They have the first down with that gain of 4 yards. From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10.
Run fast. Go.
They go play action now. Wilson. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
And while he did a good job of sliding around in the pocket, there was nowhere to go with the football, so he had to take off and try and run. He just got back to the line of scrimmage, no gain.
Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. Looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Kamara, and an alley to run. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara with touchdown number 15 on the year and 2nd of the game. And the Saints take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash in for 6. They'll try and run it here. And he is into the end zone again as he scores both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion to extend this lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. Oh, a nice spin. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Now a throw here on 2nd down, and that's complete. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Trying to run forward with Pollard. But he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Third down turns to first with that 5-yard pickup.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? That looked like they were playing for the pass. That was third and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
Check. Fresno.
First down, and it's Pollard again. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he's got room. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A first down there on a pickup of 25. And we're back now in Charlotte. It's the Panthers in possession of the football, but facing a deficit here as we get to the 4th and final quarter of play.
You better be afraid of me.
Check 31. Tighten up.
I'll go special.
On first down, Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. And this will be incomplete.
Just work with me a second here because in my lifetime, seeing how quarterback percentages have changed in throwing the football, I mean, back in the good old days, if you were around 50%, you were doing okay. But now, you need to be 65 to 70% to be considered an elite quarterback. And in this ball game, I feel like we're playing old school, right around 50%.
Yeah, he's under 50%. He needs to start hitting more targets. Now, they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. The Panthers on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. He may try and run for this. And they're going to stop him short of the first down as he's tackled at about the 21. Give him an even gain of 10, but now it's 4th down.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it, but it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you called it the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
Mike's 5-4.
Hey, watch that. Check.
They're going on 4th down. It's Wilson. And no, it's incomplete. And the Panthers turned away on 4th down. And the Saints will have the football back. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
On 2nd and 9, Murray. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And now a fumble. The ball's out, and it's picked up by the Panthers. And he will score. Touchdown, Panthers.
Every time. Keep putting that ball on the ground. That's our fault.
Extra point forthcoming. He's got it, and they're back within a touchdown at 28-21. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep it.
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
I know when you're looking at the scoreboard clock, we're getting near the end of this game. But they were in what was really called 4-minute offense. And that's practice, taking care of the football, taking time off the clock.
And Wilson's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And just not a ton of room to work with. He'll get it to the 15 for a gain of 2. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down.
No. Check. Lucky. Check.
He'll have a first down past the 40. He's at the 40. Past the 20. Touchdown, New Orleans. A big play there. With his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Point after, right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And 3 interceptions in this game. I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Mack Wilson, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you. And you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They face a third down now as they try to find a late score. Here's Pollard again. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Here's the Panthers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. Fielded at about the 28. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11. What a difference a week makes. 5 interceptions in their last game. Here we are, fourth quarter. He's played mistake-free football.
And I'm sure that we can look back on the past week and say, okay, he spent time in the film room and they worked on his mechanics. Sometimes it's just your team believing in you, your coaching staff believing in you, and you relax and play to your potential. And he's doing that in this game.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. So they come up on 2nd down, and they can get another run like we just saw. Would likely put an end to this thing. Back to throw it. Murray escaping the pressure right. And now he's going to use his legs. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a first down. So this one, a victory here for New Orleans. And I know I'm not breaking any news when I say that any road win in this league is a good one.
No doubt.
But it's a double bonus when you get a victory on the road in your division.
And when you start a season, each team breaks down their schedule in different ways. Some do it every 4 games, right? Let's go quarterly. Others say, listen, we've got to take care of our home field. And, you know, out of a 16-game season, if you get 8 at home, let's at least win 7 at home and split our road games. That's what you're trying to get done. So you're exactly right. A road win, precious, especially within the division.
So for New Orleans, the great run they've been on continues as they move to 9-1 now. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to New England to take on the Patriots. Meanwhile, for the